Alright, welcome everybody. We've got the grand finals of the Season 2 Star Circuit Tournament here. And in the grand finals, we've got Wallace versus Senegalo. This will be a best of 7, and it's going to be a Infernal versus Infernal Extravaganza. We've got Wallace here in the bottom left as the blue Infernal. And in the top right, we've got SenegaloRuskov, but we just call him Senegalo, in the top right as the red Infernal, doing his patented Vault First opener versus Wallace, who has begun to absorb this patent build. There might be some copyright issues here. Senegalo's got some claims he could make, but let's see how well Wallace imitates this opener and puts his own Wallace twist on it. Boom, 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 boom. Dun 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 dun. I still like the music. Senegalo did this earlier when he was in this corner of the map. Right about there, or in this case, right about there, he builds it so he can just use one effigy and expand instead of using 2 more effigy. The Senegalo Shroud Highway is the way. So, Fiend on Fiend action here. Wallace going for this. Ooh, but Wallace has exposed the build. Oh, it's funny that I mentioned specifically that building and then Wallace takes advantage of it. So, loses a Fiend for it, but is able to take it out, which is not nothing. And this guy really wanted to be here. So, round 1 goes to Wallace himself. But that's a lot of Fiends for Senegalo. Is Wallace just holding on to his charges? Like bullets in a gun? Waiting for the right shot? But this isn't a 6-shot revolver, it's a 2-charge brute. Alright, what do we got? What are we looking at, guys? We see Senegalo with the double dance. Double dance? Double dance. Should we call that the double Dutch? The new double Dutch? I can't. It's Senegalo's move. And we've got the shrine here. So he knows Wallace is on 2 bases because he's got his double Dutch. And he's got 3rd shrine of his own. So this tells Senegalo, I am ahead in economy. Let's keep an eye on Wallace's attempt to take a 3rd and base my production amounts off of that. He sees Wallace trying to take this 3rd. He's going to confirm it. And this is, now Senegalo can breathe easy. Because he knows there isn't some massive all-in coming. And he knows that he got his shrine before Wallace started his. So Senegalo's probably like 30 seconds ahead of Wallace right now in terms of macro, maybe a little less. So good position in a mirror matchup. Any little difference like that goes a long way.
A Stormgate has appeared.
Senegalo setting up to take this as his 4th base. We've got Wallace here taking the Stormgate, beating Senegalo there by a wild margin. But we do see Senegalo has the ability to make a play across the map elsewhere. Yeah, here you go. So he's going for, and this is exactly what I'm trying to say, is Wallace is going for the Stormgate. But if I was Wallace, I don't think I would keep reinforcing it. I think I would send my reinforcements here. But he took it so fast, it probably doesn't matter. Farron, Wallace is going to push now. He's definitely not going to leave anything at home. So these Fiends, this is going to be devastating. This is going to be devastating. Wallace sees it, doesn't turn anything around but builds some. Loses only a couple works. So decent reaction by Wallace, and he's able to completely keep this attack going. So Wallace may have actually made a really nice choice, a sequence of choices there, a series of choices. These 2 brutes are out of position, but they're pulling this group out of position. These Fiends are going to flank eventually. This Farron here is in great position helping these brutes heal. This is definitely a fight Wallace should try to push. Both players have Curse. The Farron's not going to be able to heal every unit getting hit by Curse. But, okay, so some reinforcements there. It does seem like Wallace is probably wise to back off. I mean, the Farron helps, but... I mean, look at what the Farron's healing. Just focus on that in this. It's kind of... Okay, it's going to help that brute, but it's still going to get pushed through. It kind of didn't do that. It healed a couple Gaunts in the background that were getting hit by Ricochet Curse. But really, that Farron wanted to be healing the frontline brutes, and it barely did, right? So that's why I was saying, watch the Farron. It just wasn't healing the units that Wallace really wanted it to heal. And that's not me saying Wallace should micro different. You can click on the Farron, press Z, and then click on the unit, and it'll like start healing it specifically. So yes, technically he could have microed it better, but I don't think it would have overcome the situation. But there's an angle, right? Maybe micro the Farron a little bit more intentionally. Don't just put it in the right spot and let it do its thing. Sometimes that's enough. But in a fight like that, I think you really wanted it healing the frontline units that were taking the damage. Because it was only touching the Gaunts in the back, that meant the frontline went down just as fast as if the Farron didn't exist at all. And when that frontline went down, Wallace had to back up. So, there's a little play-by-play for you. We got this Fiend pushing that Fiend away. That one pushing that one. Wallace's Fiend has higher health, so the Gaunts need the help. Over here, numbers are fine for Senegalo. So Senegalo doing great. Great job just pushing all this off. Wallace is going 1, 2, 3, 4 base. 4th on the way. 3rd is fully saturated. Senegalo is slightly ahead, but not much. I mean, look, we see 2 workers here, but we do see Senegalo looking to take a 5th base. So, and he's going to be taking that before Wallace takes his 5th base, it seems. Yep, 5th base Senegalo. Wallace still on 4.
Dimensional rift detected. Stormgate.
But this is RTS for you, right? Your opponent takes an extra base over you. What do? Do you match it? Do you take your own extra base? Do you, which Wallace is doing, do you bolster your army and try to do some damage while your opponent is trying to macro up?
A Stormgate.
Options, decisions. Options, decisions.
Enemy forces have begun to secure a Stormgate.
Enemy forces have begun to secure a Stormgate.
Enemy forces have begun to secure a Stormgate.
Enemy forces. Alright, we see the effigy here for Senegalo. Senegalo's got the Magmadons. Wallace has the Harbinger. And I would favor the Wallace has a Spriggan, a single Spriggan, mind you, and a single Weaver. Now that's enough to send Senegalo running like this? I mean, I'm not a Inferno versus Inferno expert, but I'm surprised at the decisiveness of Senegalo to say nope to that situation. Because I thought the one Weaver was not going to be enough. But maybe there was only one. I thought there was more than one Magmadon, but yeah. Weaver does cancel the Magmadon stun. So if the Magmadon's trampling and the Weaver pulls it, the trample stops. Which is obviously an incredibly good counter. So maybe Senegalo was like, this fight, maybe I win it. But Senegalo doesn't seem to take many maybe fights. He only takes maybe fights if he's forced into them. But if he has a choice, he often just backs out. Okay, Wallace has to get out of here, or he's cooked. Great play by Senegalo. Oh, Wallace, you cheeky boy. You should have just gotten your Harbinger out of there. You weren't saving those gone. That's funny that he tried. So, excellent. But look, somehow Wallace has been able to maintain the supply lead, even after losing that drop. So that's fascinating. Is it because do Weavers take a lot of supply? They might. I forget exactly the numbers. Magmadon take a decent amount of supply, and so do Hellborn. So, and there's a lot of Magmadon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Magmadon. Raging Tendons is almost done, which gives the Magmadon 30% increased movement speed, because hot damn. I think the only melee unit in the game that has no movement speed increase on any of its upgrades is Carnivex. I think all other melee units have a way, have a method of increase. But I guess Carnivex, well, they used to apply a slow, so that's kind of like a movement speed thing in a way. But I think Carnivex are the only one. Lancers have it. Magmadons have it. Brutes have it. Kree have it. Huh. No, I guess technically Incarnate is melee. Technically on the ground.
Stormgate will activate soon.
But you get the point. Okay, Senegal doing a run by a Fiends here. This Shroud Stone's not done. His base is probably dead. Look at this. This is just like, I'm sorry, but it's a great play by Senegalo, but the damage is too much. And it's not even like they're going for the workers. They're literally just killing the base. It's crazy. So Wallace losing 2 expansions there pretty much seals the deal of this game unless Wallace takes the most god mode fight of the century.
Enemy forces have begun to secure a Stormgate.
Oh, well, big fight happening here, and Wallace knows he needs to have a big fight here. It's going to be cool when I'm all zoomed out for it. Let's go. Oh, Senegal just takes it. Tier 3 Stormgate. Spoon-fed it to him. We get the Stormcaller, so boom, Stormcaller goes. It's moving in. It's definitely going to make it hard. Okay, we see 1 Incarnate. Stormcaller pushing the army back. Wallace doing a good job buying time. He's got to bring this army to the left, which he will. Wallace doing pretty good, actually, defending this. Loses another base, though, so because Senegal is just zoning. Phantom Trap there, hitting some of Wallace's units. I like that Senegal is just backing up on some Phantom Traps here, too. Senegal is playing very, very good today. I mean, he came here in the winner's bracket. That says a lot. So lots of stomps happening from both players. We got Incarnate in here. We got the Hellward. The Incarnate is trying to get in the middle of something. Is he going to boom? Big stomp from the Incarnate, for sure. It's in the middle of a lot of stuff, taking a lot of damage. It definitely wants to do a Devour. The Spriggans are starting to get on top of it. The Hellborn are getting on top of it. Senegal just has the better army. And he's got the macro behind it. So Senegalo just continuing his reign of terror. I mean, he's the one, like I said, that came here from the winner's bracket. So he's definitely been the one playing the best in today's tournament out of any player. So far. The series is far from over, but the trend of Senegalo doing well continues. Wallace was on a hot streak, though. I think Wallace won 3 games in a row against Refresh, right? So that's a lot of towers. Definitely would help against those Fiend run-bys, but that can't be the only answer. I mean, it's just ridiculous. This is good SimCity and a good answer to the Fiend run-by. That holy moly. So there is that, I guess, but it just feels like if it forces players to like literally build a city around every one of their HQs, it's just going to become a turtle session. Senegalo pushing through. I just think he's got the unit count. Yeah, he does. He's got the right tech. He had the right position there. Incarnate getting him a huge stomp from the Incarnate. The Dragon being pushed back. The wall of Hellborn. And that initial wall of Magmadons to kind of set it up. Wallace taps out of game 1, goes to Senegalo. Alright, game 2 of the grand finals of this Star Circuit tournament here. We've got Senegalo up 1-0 out of on this matchup in the best of 7. let's see what they do this game. I bet you anything, Senegalo. Well, anything. I shouldn't say that. Wow, look at this. Now these effigies might actually mean he's fast expanding, but looks like Vault first after all. Wallace going triple Vault. But see, this is again where this Iron Vault opener is probably ideal because it'll at least tell you, because he'll send his fiends across, that this is on the map. So if there's anything that gives you a chance to hold this, it's probably opening exactly like that. Those are definitely two fiends right on top of each other. Or imps. Using the effigy to get these buildings. Remember, they only take 21 seconds to build when on Shroud. So it almost lasts long enough, even if it's just placed without it being a permanent effigy. See that? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And then boom, obviously they give their own Shroud, but it doesn't really matter anymore. So there go the fiends. The fiends, they see the party. So we've got, what, 20 seconds or so before these vaults can do what they need to do. So now Senegalo goes, oh shit. Does he build a tower right away or something? He's keeping this on the map, and he's keeping that on the map. He's got this imp down here. I'm going to be really interested to see what he does. Okay, there's the Shroud Stone, but, I mean, Wallace just needs to get his fiends in there, hit the Shroud Stone, and break him. Like, he cannot let this finish. I'm surprised he hasn't just turned them into fiends yet. He cannot let if this finishes, it's over. Okay, he is able to get his brutes on there. Oh no, Wallace, you can't do this. You have to kill that. It's too late. He needed to just turn those into fiends, I think. I don't understand this. Because that Shroud Stone finishes and it's over. And it's gonna finish. I mean, this doesn't work. GG. Game 2 goes to Senegalo. See, look, the fiends just kill stuff faster. He had to do that. He had no choice. I don't understand. Because you kill that, and then you kill this for free if he deflects you, and you wait for your second round of brood. You know you're going to outproduce on the unit count. God damn. Painful. Painful observer perspective there, but it just had to be fiends. Because it would have been 6 fiends to at most 4. You can't fight that head on as Senegalo, so. There, boom. That should have happened already. But now it's too late. Now Senegalo has the numbers. Oh, wait. Wallace still has the numbers, maybe. But this just further proves my point. Look at this. See, this is what I'm talking about. But now there's 2 to 3. Wallace has to keep pressuring this. He needs his second. He needs this, and he probably just needs to fiend it up.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
He cannot let this Shroud Stone finish. Please, fiend up. You believe in yourself. You can do it. Fiend up. Oh boy, here comes the Senegalo pull. Okay, Wallace snipes a worker. Still no second base from Wallace though, and this Shroud Stone's about to finish. So, and I mean, he should kill this. He's got 2 full health brutes, so 2 of these brutes can still turn into 4 fiends. Blah. He just kills those little guys. They just disintegrate.
Enemy forces have begun to
So
secure
again,
a
I don't understand this. Maybe because it's gonna leave. Yeah, like Shroud Stone could even be a second Shroud Stone. Because your opponent's hardcore on one base, you know that. I would get a second Shroud Stone. What's this? Tribute Pyre, I guess. I would build Shroud Stone. Give me the Shroud Stone! We got the Hellforge come in. I mean, the Farron's a great choice. It actually might even be enough, because when it's just a pack of brutes like this, and there's no curse on the map yet, but the tower is going to do so much. Just watch the tower. Tower's got 1 brood dead already. Okay, it's getting healed now, but it's still pushing through. That brood did take a long time to die, though. With the tower, I'm just watching the tower's focusing the Farron. Boom! See, it's the damn tower. It needs to die. But Wallace has a lot of brutes. Holy moly. Wallace might have enough here. He's got more brutes coming. He's got those 2 brutes fighting 1 brute, so that's good for him. But that's a lot of imps. Oh, I think Wallace did it. Yeah, Wallace 1-1. All right. Crazy. I thought he threw. So, it's 1-1 in this series. This is crazy. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Game 3 of the best of 7 of the grand finals. Let's go. Let's go. Best of 7. We are on game 3. Wallace winning the last game with his triple vault proxy Cheeserino. I thought Senegalo held it, but you know how I was telling you guys, get that second tower, get that second tower. Imagine that second tower there. That second tower would have 100% held. You could pivot off of that so hard. Well, I could judge if you want me to. Well, you are Judge Thunder Gaming, so. We got Wallace saying, hey man, that worked pretty good. That worked pretty good. I'm going to do it again. And we got Senegalo saying, I'm okay. I know what I'm doing. Boom, boom, boom. Wallace drops the proxy of death. This tribute pyre being placed much more defensively this time, right? He's been placing them kind of out here, but he's got it here now. Hi, Theo. What did you look at? What was out there? My dogs thought they heard something up there, so they ran upstairs, and one of them just came back. All right, so Senegalo doesn't see the proxy this time, but also Wallace doesn't. I mean, he can just defend with workers. It's 2. So Wallace able to outmaneuver. Okay, so Senegalo knows now. He goes, oh my god, where is this shit? He should be like, where is it? He build a tower. Yep, immediately. He knows it's coming. He knows it's coming. He's getting his brute out. He's doing everything he can to buy time. I mean, there's even a world in which you transfer some workers down here to help, but because he's got 1 brute and 2 fiends versus 3 brutes. Brutes are smacking the Shroud Stone as quickly as they can. Turns around and smacks the fiends. Goes for the Shroud Stone again. Smacks some fiends again. Goes for the Shroud Stone. Wallace has microed this perfectly. Okay, cancels the Shroud Stone. Wallace has got 2 very low health brutes, 3 very low health brutes, and Senegalo's got pretty much a full health army here. Shroud Stone being rebuilt because he did cancel it. More brutes have showed up. So a couple of these brutes turning into fiends immediately because they were low health, so they just got killed finally. But, okay, gets into the worker line, forces Senegalo to pull out. There is that Shroud Stone going down. Wallace has the numbers. He gets the surround on Senegalo. Oh, getting that brute on the far side of him was insane. Gets the Shroud Stone canceled. Wallace is doing it. I mean, he needed that to go exactly that way, and it sure did. Holy. Using his own SimCity. Now look at the supply difference. Senegalo knows it. Wallace, holy, going up 2-1. This is getting spicy. So, Wallace up 2-1 in the best of 7. This time Wallace is the red player and Senegalo is the blue, so I gotta adjust my brain a little to that. Maybe it was already like that last game, but I think they've swapped a little. Anyway, we got Senegalo here down 2-1 in the best of 7 of the grand finals here. So, holy moly. Holy moly. Wallace on a tear. I mean, Wallace took down Refresh 3 games in a row, then lost 1 game to Senegalo, and then boom, boom, back-to-back 1-2 more. So Wallace is he's playing really well today. I'd say he's playing better than he sometimes does in tournaments. Like this is top form Wallace. He made some mistakes. I've criticized them, but doesn't matter. Mistakes are one thing, but if you still get the win, those mistakes feel a lot less bad, or maybe a lot less meaningful. So we've got Senegalo here, this time fast expanding into an Iron Vault. Wallace not doing the triple vault, which is surprising because if there's any game to get that triple vault, I mean, maybe the map's just too big. I don't know, but It's maybe Wallace is metagaming him now, getting in his head. But funny enough, Senegalo not afraid. He's not afraid at all. These guys just don't get scared, which is a skill all of its own. I often refer to it as mental fortitude. The mental fortitude of these players is very strong, very high. It's a weakness of mine, my mental fortitude. I don't like freak out, but I get nervous, you know, against good players. Not as bad as I used to, because I used to not even be able to keep up. Now at least I keep up with them. I don't beat them very often, but I give them a real game. And they ask me to play, so that says something. Alright, we got Fiend running in here, and Fiend running in here. So, doing the double Dutch, but with single Fiends. So it's kind of a single double. And then we've got the third base already done. Way ahead of Wallace's third base. Wallace is probably not expecting him to be so greedy, but with this double vault, and this, I feel like this is going to be a Curse Brute all-in coming from Wallace. And I don't know how to feel about it. He's gonna have to hit when it's ready, because the ritual chamber is gonna be done right before Wallace's curse. Senegalo is +1 for winner's bracket. What do you mean? Does that mean he gets a free win to start the series? So it's 2-2? Is that what you're saying? I don't get it.
Will activate soon. Enemy forces have begun to secure a Stormgate. Enemy forces have begun to secure a Stormgate.
You're gonna have to clarify that for me, Novea. Okay, I see it in the thing. So it's 2-2? Okay. Well, even more important that Wallace is getting the wins that he did, I guess. So, fair and push again. We see this well-placed tower, though. Curse from Senegalo is not quite done, so Wallace definitely has a window here. He needs to use it, but he's not going to be able to. Senegalo can hold long enough for sure. Wallace is massively behind in economy this game. Ooh, bad split for Wallace there. The hell was that? Somebody just split a brute? What's this? Tribute pyre back there? Similar timing on fourth bases. And Wallace's third base was later, but somehow, someway he got it saturated. Super fast. Weird. Okay, so what do we got? Tier 2 finally on the way for Wallace, and so that's how he caught up. He delayed his tier 2. Wallace is trying to get charge going too, but Senegalo is ahead on the charge game, and Senegalo's also got Blood Tree going. So Senegalo is definitely ahead in teching and macro too, I think, because this is him grabbing his 5th base. Yep, and Wallace is still on 4. Hasn't even tried to grab his 5th yet. So Senegalo is outpacing Wallace this game. The supplies, you might say, what are you talking about? Trust me, that'll change soon enough. And when a battle starts, you'll definitely see it change. Because that's when everybody uses all their production. Wallace is doing a good job, though. I mean, he's keeping up. Maybe, does Wallace have more production? He does, right? So that could be a factor. No, Senegalo's got, what, 3 vaults? Wallace had his stuff earlier though. 3 Fall, 2 Conclave, and Wallace has 3 Vault, 1 Conclave. That's another way he's kind of caught up a little bit. Using less workers for production. But very close. Very close. Wallace still on 4 bases, while Senegal's 5th base has finished now. So I'm wondering why Wallace isn't taking another base yet. Maybe he's expecting a big battle here for this Stormgate? He kept his Farron alive from earlier. Not sure if that's going to come in and be any game-changing, but a Farron's better than no Farron. The Hexans are placing their Phantom Traps. Phantom Trap's going to get Wallace pretty good here. It's a lot of damage, man.
A Stormgate has appeared.
Chunks every one of those brutes for 25% of their health. And then applies Curse that takes it another like 10%. Exactly another 10% because it does 20 damage per full duration of Curse. I hate this spot right here.
Enemy forces have begun to
2 Magmadons that were trying to like be a sneaky flank, but instead Wallace just loses them completely for free. Oh my god, that was awful. Jeepers. He was really trying to be cheeky with them on a flank, and he gets them caught out instead. See, he's trying to flank. Wallace is trying to play like Senegalo. Maybe he shows us the way. Sky Hunters, man, those are a popular pick. I guess if there's even a single Spriggan, it's just instantly deleted. And it allows you to stay on your, I'm going to make my ground army strong path. So, again, a little bit of a split of Reno, but Senegalo handling the split better than Wallace. Wallace is trying, though. I mean, this is just such a long line. And then Senegalo has this to see it coming. But Wallace able to do some damage over here for sure. And he's got a big army here. These Phantom Traps are going to make... Wallace is going to want to fan out, and he's going to step into the Phantom Trap. Maybe not, though. Wallace able to just bust through. The Magmadon's terribly timed stomp, but I think Senegalo just anticipated it. Wallace is able to get on top of this army, though. Miasma's going down. I don't see any more Miasma. Counter stomp from that Magmadon. These reinforcing Hellborns are going to be huge difference makers. Senegalo has baited Wallace into yet another fight. Senegalo is the king of this, where he'll just bait you into a fight. I think that's where he's like he does a lot of things better than other players, but this is the one that I think is the signature Senegalo, is the ability to bait the opponent into a fight and then just decimate them. It's an art. It's an art. The art of the bait. He's a master baiter, you guys. And he will be known. So, Wallace stomps first, counter stomps by Senegalo, but Magmadons don't do damage versus bonus damage versus heavy anymore. They used to, but they don't. So the Hellborn just absolutely shred them. Wallace knows it. GG. Senegalo goes up 3-2 in the best of 7, which means he could win it all in the next game. Well, it's weird because we are 3-2, but we're actually only now on game 5 because this is Senegalo got 1 free win from getting to the grand finals through the winners bracket. I didn't know that was how the rules worked. But so there's only been 4 games, and both players have won 2 games. But Senegalo has 3 wins because of the extra point he got from getting to the grand finals through the winners bracket. You get rewarded for that, I guess. Sure, I'll roll with it. I kind of feel like your reward for getting there in the winners bracket is that you had to play way less games to do it. That's your reward, in my opinion. But what do I know? I'm just a duchy, and I'm fine with this format too. Yeah, me neither. But that's what Novea said in the chat, and she said it in the tournament Discord chat too. So I wonder if it's game one game up is pretty normal in double eliminated. Okay, cool. So this is, I had no idea. I learned something today. like I said, I'm all for it. I'm not used to it, so it's maybe just me kind of having a moment of adjusting, and you're seeing it live. But I'm all for it. Like I said, it's logical. I get it. Okay, so Wallace is having a dream situation here where Senegal is trying to take a third, while Wallace is sitting here with proxy vaults. So I think that, yeah, and I mean, Wallace should probably just leave this alone, right? Because he needs to get in here and stop defenses. So Senegal cancels it, so Wallace knows now, okay, I gotta get in here. That Shroud Stone is not gonna finish. I think Wallace wins this one. My god, it's gonna be 3-3, and every game Wallace has won has been the proxy vaults. That's hilarious. I mean, Senegal is trying, but this building needs 30 seconds before it can build a brute, and this needs to finish and then in 30 seconds. The damage is just going to be too high. So this needs 30 seconds now, and we got more brutes already coming in for a while. This Shroud Stone has to die, though. Because that could be something that... Okay, yeah, Senegal knows it. GG. We're on to game 7. Holy, here we go. So I think the +1 is better than a potential 3 times that they have a series versus each other in one tournament. Oh, we've got it on a holodeck. My lord, this is going to be a rush. Wallace is going to rush for sure. The trick is, do you rush? Do you build your proxy? Like, do you rush across the map? Do you go around? So anyway, guys, this is we're just going to call it game 7 because it's easier. Of the best of 7. And so it's the final game of the grand finals, you guys. I mean, this is for all the money. We got Senegalo in the bottom left here, in the blue. Wallace in the top right. Wallace going fast expand this game. I don't believe it. That is just throwing me for a loop. Because Wallace has not been able to win by doing anything but triple vault. Senegalo sent his worker a little early. Ah, man. Are you guys as shocked as I am to not see the triple vault, especially on a short map like this? I can't believe it. He's doing 2-base double vault, though. Is he going to do a big charge timing? I could see it. But Senegal should scout this. He'll see the double vault and he'll know, like, okay, this is going to be a charge timing. And these fiends might be annoying. They get some fireballs thrown at them, and they run home. Look at that thing inside the vault. It's like this glowing red. The vaults are cool, man. They have a cool animation. Probably the coolest building in the game, honestly. Yep. Just gonna say it now. Tribute Pyre is pretty cool. Don't the guys like off themselves or something? Yeah, game 7, Proba. Spicy of the grand finals. We have seen people in the losers bracket win the championship before, because we've seen Refresh get knocked to the losers bracket by Mixu, and then Refresh getting himself out of the losers bracket and winning the tourney. So, wouldn't be the first time we've seen it. Most certainly not.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
Holodeck. Alright, we've got the Stormgate in the middle of the map spawning, right in the dead center of the crosshair. Let's see, we got SenegaloRuskov with this third base and a Shroud Stone. I really like that. I think that's so good.
Enemy forces
especially on a map like this, where Third bases are hard for people to take. It's like, okay, then throw a Shroud Stone down and keep your army by the other way in, and you'll be okay. Big Vault fan yourself. Yeah, dude, they're cool. Didn't know they were speed running it. Well, Wallace did a couple. All 3 of Wallace's wins have been triple Vault proxy. So Wallace hitting here right as Brute Charge finishes. He's got his Creeping Horror, but Senegalo's Brute's not far away, or Charge not far away, and this Shroud Stone's going to make things problematic. Wallace really doesn't want to fight down here. He wants to fight up here, but I think even that's not ideal. Senegal is going to have a flank here, and he's got his own charge right around the corner. I don't think it's enough for Wallace, but maybe. Oh boy, this Brute is in no man's land. It would have been kind of nice if that absorbed all the charges, but look at this. Wallace is able to get in here. This is really awkward. He's got a huge army. Huge army. Senegal would love to fight here. He's trying to bait Wallace into fighting here, you can tell, but Wallace is not biting. Wallace is staying in right where Wallace should. The Creeping Horror. Okay, that definitely hit like 4 Brutes, right? Yeah, dude, that Creeping Horror was crazy. These Brutes are going to overpower that. These Brutes, this is a really, in this fight right here is really important. But I think Wallace has enough. He's got the supply, he's got the Brutes, he got them in the right spot. Senegalo did not have the tower where he really wanted and needed it. Wallace completely fighting exactly where he wanted to. This was, oh man, it looks like Wallace is going to take this one, you guys. He just has to avoid letting units trickle down there. And I mean, I don't know if he knows it, but goddamn, his game sense sure seems to know it. Because he's in here slaughtering. I mean, this is, if these buildings go down and this base goes down, Wallace doesn't even have, but Wallace is going down here. Okay, does he see the tower? Okay, so now this is, okay, so he does see the tower. So he knows he's got to stay away. Senegalo is out. Wallace wins. Congratulations, Wallace, for taking it. And he did it without the cheese in the last game. This is strong Brute timing. GG, well played. Wallace takes this tournament grand championship. Very nice. Very good comeback out of the loser bracket. Well played, everybody. Good games. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.